Good day, dear student. I want to speak to you not just as your teacher, but as someone who truly wants to see you succeed. Exams are around the corner. Your class test, your school exam, and yes, even university entrance exam. I know the pressure feel heavy, but preparations is key to confidence. That's why I have prepared a special revision lecture videos for grade 9 and 11 students on chapter 1, the disciplines of history and human evolution. In this video, I break down the most important point, explain them clearly, and highlight the area examiner love to ask about. Before you open your exam paper, I want you to walk in now. First, you understand the core ideas. Second, you can recall key terms and examples. Third, you are confident, not confused. So I strongly encourage you, take some time, watch this revision lecture on my YouTube channel. Think of it as you finally post before stepping into the exam room. Remember, history is not only about the past, it is about shaping your future. And your future began with preparation today. See you in this video and best luck in your exam. Let's start this.
Good morning, dear students. Before we dive into today's revision, I want to take you on a little journey, not through space, but through time. Imagine for a moment a world without writing, without cities, without the technology we now take for granted. Imagine small groups of humans carving tools from stone, lighting fire for the very first time, and slowly learning how to farm and live together. From those humble beginnings, humanity built great states, developed cultures, and recorded their stories. This is the world that history helps us uncover. History is not just about remembering dates or names, it is about understanding the struggles, choices, and achievements of human beings across time. It is about asking critical questions. How did people live? What forces shaped societies? Why did civilizations rise and fall? In this chapter, we revisit some of the most fundamental questions. How do we study the past, and why must we rely on evidence and objectivity? What separates prehistory from history? How did early humans evolve step by step into who we are today? And how did agriculture, trade, and even warfare transform small communities into powerful states? As we revise, I encourage you to think beyond the facts and dates. See history as a story of humanity, your story, my story, our story. By the end of today's session, I want you not only to remember the key points, but to truly feel the connection between our past and the world we live in today. So let us open the doors of time once again and explore how humanity walked from stone tools to states, from prehistory to history. Before we dive into today's revision for exam, let me quickly remind you, if you enjoy learning history in a clear and engaging way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss any of our lessons on the fascinating story of humanity. And if you find today's video helpful, give it a like and share it with your friends. Now, let's get started. Chapter 1: The Discipline of History and Human Evolution. Explores how history is studied as a discipline. Reviews scientific understanding of human evolution and early cultures. 1.1 Key Terms. History. From Greek historia, inquiry. Studies past human actions and ideas. Uses evidence to explain events. Analyzes change over time and its impact. Answers what, when, how, why, and consequences. Prehistory. Time before writing systems, before 4000 BC. Story. Narrative of past events, real or fictional. Historiography. Study of historical writing methods. Examines how past knowledge is recorded and shared. 111 History as a discipline. Definition. Systematic study of past societies and cultures. Uses research, analysis, and interpretation. Includes prehistory and written history. Tracks changes and continuities. Can be misused to support biased views. Importance. Learns from past mistakes and successes. Builds identity and cultural awareness. Improves critical thinking and problem solving. Strengthens understanding of democracy and nationalism. Encourages civic engagement. History versus natural sciences. History studies humans, natural sciences study nature. History lacks controlled experiments. Historians may include personal views. History versus social sciences. History is a social science. Social sciences use models and data. History uses narratives and sources. 112 Development of historiography. Global origins. Oldest records, China before 1000 BC. Herodotus first organized history, Greek-Persian wars. Thucydides critical accurate history, Peloponnesian War. 19th century, history became academic. Leopold von Ranke, father of modern historiography. Ethiopian historiography. Indigenous writing began in 14th century. Chronicles daily records of kings' achievements. Hagiography, stories of saints and religious figures. Both require critical evaluation. Job Ludolf German, first modern Ethiopian history 1684. European interest grew after mid-19th century. Indigenous methods evolved in early 20th century. Focus on northern Ethiopia. Written language and foreign records favored the north. Southern Ethiopia lacked written sources until 1963. Few studies on southern peoples and states. Challenges. Source imbalance, north overrepresented. Limited focus on social and cultural history. Bias in chronicles due to royal affiliations. 113 Key elements in the study of history. Sources of history. History relies on evidence from sources. No history exists without sources. Types of sources. Small blue diamond primary sources. Directly linked to events. Created during the time studied. Examples: artifacts, manuscripts, diaries, photos, maps, audiovisuals. Secondary sources. Indirect or reconstructed accounts. Examples: history books, novels, plays. Oral sources. Can be primary eyewitness or secondary informants. Interpretation of evidence. Analyze evidence to find meaning. Understand origin and context to avoid misinterpretation. Objectivity. Present facts without bias. Use reliable primary sources. Total objectivity is difficult due to biased sources and historian views. Historians must strive for accuracy and authenticity. Modern history favors evidence-based writing over romanticized stories. Writing should be clear, readable, and engaging. Historical writing methods. Use proper techniques to handle sources. Select specific topics from the vast past. Follow systematic rules and standards. Avoid bias, aim for truth. Describe, analyze, evaluate, and explain events. Use both primary and secondary sources. Present facts clearly. Steps in writing history. 1. Choose a topic. 2. Collect evidence. 3. Critically assess sources. 4. Interpret findings. 5. Write objectively. 114 Dating, timelines and periodization. Dating determines when events occurred. Organizes events chronologically. Units of time. Decade, 10 years, e.g., 1900-1909. Century, 100 years, e.g., 1900-1999. Millennium, 1000 years, e.g., 1999. Calendars. Gregorian BC before Christ, AD Anno Domini. Ethiopian, tilde 8 years behind Gregorian. Islamic BH before Hijra, AH after Hijra. Timelines. Visual sequence of events. Horizontal or vertical format. Helps understand time and context. Periodization. Divides history into meaningful periods. Helps simplify and analyze the past. European history. 1. Ancient, tilde 1250 BC, 476 AD. 2. Medieval, 476-1500 AD. 3. Modern, 1500 AD present. African history. Pre-colonial, colonial, post-colonial. Ethiopian history. Ancient 1000 BC, 1270 AD. Medieval 1270 1855 AD. Modern 1855 AD present. Unique, Ethiopia was never colonized by Europe. 1-2 Human evolution. 1-1 Theories of human origin. Creationist view. Belief in divine creation of life and the universe. Humans created by a supernatural force. Scientific view evolution theory. Life evolved over millions of years. Charles Darwin's Origin of Species, 1859, explains evolution and natural selection. Evolution is driven by natural processes. Early hominids. Ancestors of modern humans. Humans, gorillas, and chimpanzees share a common ancestor, 8.5 million years ago. Gorillas and chimpanzees belong to Pongidae family. Early hominids show traits distinct from other primates. Key traits. 1. Bipedalism, walking on 2 feet. 2. Smaller canines, indicates dietary and social changes. 3. Cranial capacity, brain size increased over time. Australopithecines, first humans. Name means southern ape. Evolved in Africa 6 million years ago. Traits: bipedalism, small canine teeth, brain size 390-550 cc. Height 1115 m, weight 2749 kg. Fossils found in Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, South Africa, Chad. Earliest found at Aramis, Ethiopia 4 million years ago. Lucy afarensis. Famous fossil discovered by Donald Johanson in 1974. Named after a Beatles song. Genus Homo, rise of modern humans. Originated in Africa 5 million years ago. Evolved from Australopithecus afarensis. Larger brains, smaller jaws. Key species. Homo habilis, handy human. Lived 2 million years ago. Used Alduin stone tools. Sites: Olduvai Gorge, Sterkfontein, Lake Turkana. Skull dated to 1.9 million years in Omo Basin, Ethiopia. Homo erectus, upright human. First to use fire and migrate to Asia, Europe. Fossils 1718 million years old. Used Acheulean hand axes. Found in Ethiopia, Indonesia, Germany, China. Homo sapiens, wise humans. Very similar to modern humans. Fossils found in Awash, Omo Valleys, Dire Dawa. Classification of Homo sapiens. 1. Archaic Homo sapiens. O evolved from H. erectus 300,000-600,000 years ago. O bones found at Bodo, Ethiopia. 2. Modern Homo sapiens, H. sapiens sapiens. O includes all living humans. O fossils 100,000 years old found at Kibish, Ethiopia. O spread globally years ago. O lived by hunting and gathering. Here's a concise and polished version of Section 122 on early cultural developments during the Stone Age. 122 Early cultural developments during the Stone Age. Brick Stone Age overview. Began 5 million years ago, ended years ago. Marked the first technological advancement. Humans transitioned from hunting-gathering to tool-making and settled life. Moe 3 stages of the Stone Age. 1. Paleolithic Old Stone Age. Duration 2.5 million 11,000 years ago. Humans were hunter-gatherers. Key developments. O stone tools and weapons. O fire discovery. O cave dwelling. O animal skin clothing. O cave art. O early language use. Subdivisions. Lower Paleolithic 2.5 million 200,000 BP. Tools: Alduin Homo habilis and Acheulean Homo erectus. Oldoan core tools: flakes for cutting, scraping. Acheulean hand axes, bifaces. Ethiopian sites: Konsogarjula, Jedeb, Melkakuncher. Middle Paleolithic 200,000 30,000 BP. Homo erectus evolved into Homo sapiens. Tools: smaller flake-based spear points, knives. Shelter: caves and rock shelters. Ethiopian sites: Gaidmata, Melkakuncher, Pork Epic, Cone. Somali sites: Midhishi, Gud. Upper Paleolithic 40,000 10,000 BP. Rapid cultural and biological evolution. Tools: blades, microliths used in arrows, bows. Bone tools common. Known as Late Stone Age in Africa. 2. Mesolithic Middle Stone Age. Duration BC. Transitional phase. Improved and more versatile stone tools. 3 Neolithic New Stone Age. Duration of BC. Marked the Neolithic Revolution, 11,000 years ago. Shift from foraging to farming and animal domestication. Agriculture began in the Fertile Crescent, Middle East. Key features. Sedentary lifestyle. Farming and herding. Base camps and villages. Stone houses and granaries. Social classes and organized communities. Tools: hatchet, millstone, hoe, yoke, wheel. Pottery for cooking, storage. Artifact exchange and early conflicts over resources. Neolithic agricultural revolution. Occurred at different times globally. Key regions: Palestine, Mesopotamia, Nile Valley, tropical Africa, China, India, Americas. Neolithic revolution in Ethiopia. Evident from BC. Agriculture in northern Ethiopia, 3000–2000 BC. Trades. Ceramics. Polished stone tools. Domesticated plants, animals. Sedentary communities. Archaeological sites. Gobedra camel remains, 2500 BC. Lalibela cave, chickpeas, vegetables, 500 BC. Lake Biseka, cattle evidence. Akordat and Barentu, grinding stones, axes. Churcher Herug Midihara. Excavated items. Axes, ceramics, beads, stone figures. Crops cultivated. Inset tef nug dagasa, finger millet, coffee. Still staple foods in Ethiopia today. Here's a concise and polished version of Section 122 on the emergence of states using short, clear statements. 122 The emergence of states. What is a state? Politically organized group of people. Occupies a defined territory. Has a legitimate government. Exercises sovereignty, self-rule. Distinct from kingdoms and empires. Neolithic impact. Sedentary life led to organized communities. Early states evolved from families, clans, and tribes. First states appeared years ago. State formation varied across societies. Elements of a state. Population, people living in a defined area. Territory, clear geographical boundaries. Government, political authority. Sovereignty, independent control. Recognition, accepted by other states. Theories of state emergence. 1. Divine right theory. Kings seen as God's representatives. Religion offered security in crises. Priests gained political power. Early states were theocratic. 2. Oriental despotism theory. Linked to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Large-scale irrigation required strong leadership. Labor organization led to class divisions. Elites emerged from surplus producers. 3. War leadership theory. Villages united through warfare. Permanent war leaders became kings. Loyalty and military success built authority. 4. Trade control theory. Trade existed before states. Chiefs controlled trade routes and collected tributes. Wealth from trade secured followers. Chiefs replaced priests as central figures. Key drivers of state formation. Religion. Agriculture. Trade. War. No single theory explains all cases. Features of early states. Originated from agricultural surplus. Supported diverse social classes and roles. Included craftsmen, soldiers, and officials. Varied in size, power, and development. Rooted in Latin terms for citizen and city. Featured literacy, technology, and architecture. Examples: ancient Egypt and Aksum. Emperors seen as divine representatives. Social status based on birth, considered unchangeable. Divine right of kings, rulers believed to be chosen by God. Today, we reviewed the discipline of history, its importance in understanding human societies, and traced the story of human evolution from early hominids to the rise of modern humans. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's about learning who we are and how we came to be. Keep revising, keep questioning, and keep exploring the journey of humanity. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more revision lessons.